Hi, everyone. Thank you for blessing me with your beautiful time today. One thing you'll figure out real quick is that this is a workshop, and so I'm going to want a lot of participation. I am not a quiet girl. So we're going to get fun. We're going to have some loud. We're going to talk a bit, and we're going to work this out. So how many of you here are familiar with just the word blind spot? Anybody? Yeah. How many of you here? Okay, she said no. Good. So who would like to give me a quick definition or an idea of what they believe a blind spot is? Anybody? Yeah, talk. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Something that I can't see myself, but someone beside me is better than.
Yes, exactly. So basically, something that, we're really trying to switch lanes, right? And all of a sudden, we get right in the thing, and it's like, oh gosh, I almost hit that car. I almost hit that car because that car was in a blind spot for me. But that car could see me, and everybody else on the road could see it. I couldn't see it. So in perspective, our blind spots are really difficult sometimes to see for ourselves, right? And I can tell you a million times I have had blaring blind spots right in front of me, and it's like, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? And thank goodness somebody else could come in and say to me, oh, well, maybe this would work, or you didn't see that thing, right? And so that's really helped to open up the perspective. So today what I'd like to do is I'd like to workshop it while you are here. Because I know if you're in these seats, chances are you're working on something. You want something in your life. You have something that you're like, if I just had this thing, but I don't know what it is. Right? So I would like to invite everyone. If you're in the far back, feel free to come up. If you like being in the back, I won't make you get back. I'll just run back to you. Okay? But come on up and let's get close. Let's get cozy. And then I'm going to have everybody. I did bring pencils. 1, 2, or pens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. All right. Let's see if I got 18. That would be great. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does anybody have a pen? If you don't have a pen, I've got markers and pens and papers. So just blank papers. Can you take one and pass that, and then grab a pen? My fingers were so dry. Yay! Grab a pen. There we go. And then there we go for you. You have a pen? Okay, great. Okay. If you can't find it, I can give you one. There, voila. And then, you'll need that. And do. There. Yeah. It's weird. There you go from the side. She went. She started here. Like right here. There we go. You got it. You got one? Yeah. Okay. Who needs paper? Has it made it around? Okay. She was over here and just smelled before. Yay. You got. Everybody's got the tools of the trade? Okay, good. Fantastic. So the first thing I'd like everyone to do is just to take a moment and write down the thing that you would like to accomplish, the thing that you'd like an answer to on the piece of paper. You can write down multiple things. The thing you're working on, the thing you are kind of struggling with, anything like that. If you have confusion and you're not quite seeing it clearly, go ahead and write that. If you're working with health or healing or business or relationships, whatever that might be. Hello, welcome. Come on in, have a seat, come as close as you want to. It's a workshop. I'm going to bring you some paper. Do you have pens? Maybe one. Maybe one. Let me bring it. Okay. We just handed out paper, so everybody's very quiet right now. We're going to get loud in a sec. Maybe I'll give a pen and snip that too.
Here.
Was there somebody here who needed one?
Oh.
There we go. Great. And so the assignment was to write down whatever it is that you feel as though you could use some help with. Maybe you can't see it clearly. Something that you might be working on, trying to find. So anything like that. So that's the assignment. So just write it down on a piece of paper. Yay. Okay. Does everybody have it? Okay, good. So at this point, I'd like to kind of open up just a real quick discussion for everyone. So I think that blind spots happen more often than we probably recognize in our life. And it can be some of the stuff that actually holds us back from making the progress or for achieving all that we actually can do. So if anybody here has something that you'd like to share really quickly, anybody have anything that they feel comfortable saying, this is what I'm working on? Anybody? You don't have to, but if you want to. Great. Okay. I've got two. So you go. Let's hear it.
Okay, so mine is like a combo of purposeful living and empowerment in my offerings and financial freedom.
Okay. Did everybody hear her? Personal empowerment in your offerings and financial freedom.
And financial freedom.
Wonderful. So when you hear that, what did it sound like to you? Personal empowerment through her offerings. What did you hear?
Like she maybe did some connecting with how she's interacting.
Okay, so maybe not quite connecting with how she's interacting with people. Okay, or interacting with spirit or, okay, sure, yeah, kind of getting that clarity. Anybody else? What do you hear when you hear that? Just what do you hear? Prayer? Yeah, sacred prayer. Lovely. Yes, I love that. Anybody else? What did you hear? Pardon?
Validation.
Validation. Oh my gosh, how important is that? Right? I know we say, oh, you shouldn't need external validation. Does anybody here not enjoy having some external validation? I think everybody needs a little bit of external validation, indeed. What did anybody else hear? Personal empowerment through her offerings. What does that sound like? Self-love, right? Because that's that personal empowerment. Am I empowered? Do I feel empowered in my offerings or through my offerings, the channel? Good. Anybody else want to speak? Yes. Wanting, not having. Okay, good. These are all really good. Great. Anybody else? Pick up or hear anything? Feel. Say again? Tapping into her gifts. Yeah. So again, just kind of, if I know I've got these gifts, how do I get them out of my body, right? And serving the people through my offers, right? What am I offering to the public? Good. And the second one was financial freedom. Anybody? I'm sure I've got sweat marks. Anybody? Yeah, can anybody relate to financial freedom? What does that sound like to you? What does financial freedom ring in your body? What does it sound like and feel like? What does it mean? Feeling worthy, financial freedom. Yeah.
Like a release.
A release. Yeah, keep going. Talk to me.
I don't just get that freedom, there's just that less pressure.
Yeah. Less pressure. Yeah, I love that. More in flow, less pressure. It's like that freedom maybe to do, right? More. Yeah, more in flow. I saw a hand over here. Yes. Brings peace. Oh my gosh. How many of you have looked at a bill and felt very financially unfree? Right? All right. So much. Wonderful. Does anybody else have anything around financial freedom? How does it feel in your body? What does it sound like? What does it mean as you hear it? Anybody? Not being tied down.
Or contentment.
And contentment. Right. And financial freedom and empowering an offer can mean so many different things through each of our individual consciousness, can't it? It's like how I hear it and how I work with it is going to be completely unique to how you hear it and how you work with it, which is wonderful that we have a room full of amazing consciousness right here and now. Because now we can squidge out some of these blind spots together in consciousness, right? Because we're all working on the same thing, even if it's not the same thing. Yeah? Good. I saw a gentleman in the back who had his hand up. What did you write down?
I wrote down third eye vision and gifts.
Ooh, I love that. Third eye vision and gifts. Who would like to share what that sounds like and feels like?
Clarity.
Clarity. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, anything else? I feel like you kind of went clarity and you might have some more in there.
Like you seeing beyond the veil.
Seeing beyond the veil. Yes. And we're at a really good time for that right now, aren't we? Yeah. Really good time. Good time to bring that one in. Anybody else? That third eye vision. Any words, any feeling, any sounds, any insight?
Inner knowing.
An inner knowing, that clarity, that inner knowing. Yes. Good.
Being able to see past like the three-dimensional just clutter and chaos.
Indeed. I love that you said that. Being able to see past that third dimension, clutter and chaos, right? I mean, how often do we sit down if you try to meditate or if you're just sitting down in contemplation or even just trying to organize your shoe closet? How often do you sit down and it's like, oh my gosh, before I do this, I have to do this. I have to clear all this gunk out first before I can even sit down in peace, right? Isn't that what happens in meditation? All the stuff that we're not really wanting to focus on pops in. We have to clear all that junk, that 3D stuff. But let me ask you this, 'cause that's so true. This is the hard thing. We're like in the human experience. It's impossible that we can't have 3D junk, which is why it slows us down. It's impossible. We can do our best to clear it. Without a doubt, we can do our best to clear it. However, being completely junk free is probably not going to happen in this reality, right? Because if that were true, we wouldn't need our human body anymore. If that were true, we wouldn't need, to rub shoulders and elbows with all the diverse people on this planet, right? So we love that for sure. Tell me a little bit more about that third eye vision. Anybody feel it? I was going to say, am I already out of time? Geez, we just got going. Third eye vision. Any other words? Any other insights? Because they're also very good. Any other words? Anything they want to share? Yes.
I feel like a trust in your intuition.
Yes, that trust in your intuition. How many of you get intuition and then at some point go, but I'm not sure if that's right? Right? Was that my brain or was that actually spirit talking through me? True. Yes, that trust for sure. So that's exactly what all of this is. And it's never, I always say, anybody that I work with, I'm always like, it's not either or, right? It's yes and. It's always yes and is the answer, right? Because nothing is either or. Nothing is black or white, right? How many sides of the coin are there? Who said 3? Yes. Tell me what they are.
Top, bottom, and side.
Top, bottom, and the side. What's the side? It's the edge. The edge can roll and roll and roll and spin and spin and spin for as long as it does until it chooses a side. But when you're walking the edge, what does that feel like in your life? Exhilarating. What else? Scary. Yeah. What else happens what if the edge starts to tip over a little bit and then it comes back to center? What does that feel like? Unnerving. Yeah. Uncertain, wobbly, all these things. So you could be going boom, straight on the edge, right? And you're just dialed in. Or we could be a little bit wobbly on the edge, a little bit wonky, kind of spinning. We're not sure where we're going to land. Yeah. So there's always three sides to every perspective, multi-dimensions to every perspective. And the answer is always yes and, right? Because no matter what we do, if we're asking someone for advice, it would be, yeah, that's actually really good. And there could also be this other thing. There could also be this as you deepen, because as you deepen and change, your perspective change, and all of a sudden you no longer have a blind spot. Right? And that happens every day, every single day as your consciousness is this. Expands and contracts. How many of you have walked into the festival? This festival is really great, any festival, and have felt the consciousness all around you. Felt the energy, and you're like, oh, maybe you get spun out, maybe you get dizzy. There's a lot going on, a lot of spiritual energy, because each one of us are little battery plants of energy. Each one of us has a consciousness that sometimes is really big, sometimes it's pretty small, right? And so when we walk into any space, we are actually interacting as consciousness first, which is why you're drawn to certain things, because as consciousness, you're already out there feeling it. And the closer you get, you either go like this or like this, right? I'm either drawn in or I'm like, oh, I'm going to go this way. Okay, so what does this all have to do with blind spots? What does any of this consciousness talk have to do with our blind spots? Anybody got any ideas? Because it's always yes and. What does that sound like when we're talking about consciousness? We're talking about how we grow and expand and how we walk the edge and how we choose a side, right? Choosing sides, politics. Anybody? Right? You're gonna walk the edge on that one? Yeah, maybe. But right, sometimes we do choose a side. We choose a side based upon our values, our convictions, what we believe is going to make a better world for those that we care about. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if we don't choose a side, what happens?
Someone chooses for us.
Someone chooses for you. Somebody who has no fear about making a decision will ruck right up and make that decision for you. And gladly. Gladly. So, when we say empowerment, what does that mean? We hear these words, alignment, empowerment, authenticity, we hear all these buzzwords, but what does it actually mean in practical reality? To you and to your blind spots.
Stepping into my own, kind of like taking control of my own energy, my own.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking control of your own energy, stepping into your own. Very much that empowerment. If you're in an office meeting and you try to speak up and someone starts talking over you, does that feel very empowered? And then what's our choice? We either wait or say, wait, I was talking. I wasn't done yet, right? I can even be uncomfortable, right? But those are when we're at choice. And if we're not in our power, what will we can do either thing. Let's be honest. We can do either thing and be in our power. It depends on where you're at, right? So I could very clearly sit there and know that person just started talking over me, and they'll feel it. You can hold that space deeply enough that they're gonna be, oh, I'm sorry. Did I just start talking over you, right? Or I can use my voice and say, oh, excuse me, I wasn't finished. Yes, and you can be in your power in any moment, depending on where your consciousness is and what you choose to do, because it's always yes and. There's never a wrong answer. Yeah? So I'm gonna wrap all of these ideas up, but I kind of want to hear from a few more people. Who else has something on their paper that's a blind spot they wrote down? That's something you're working towards. Anybody? You got quiet. Let's do it. Okay.
Breaking generational curses and traumas.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yes. Breaking generational curses and traumas. Oh my gosh. How many of you feel like that? Yes. I see the hands. Yes. Because what happens in our spiritual inheritance? Yeah, you take it, right? It's like, that's your inheritance, just as sure as you got the money in the car. You got all of the karma that comes with it, all the bags, right? And some can be quite loving and some can be quite gnarly. Yeah, but it is your spiritual inheritance. And what is that? It puts you back at choice, right? But it also can put you in a blind spot, right? For sure. Good one. Did you have one that you were going to say too? I thought you might have. Oh yeah, you were just coming in. Yeah, that was good. Right? Breaking those generational curses. You know what's so funny? How many of you resonate with the word curse? Like you actually go, yeah, I feel that. Like I know what that feels like in my reality. Sometimes you can just go, yeah, that needs to get dissolved and whacked off. Yeah, anybody? Yeah, for sure. So when we talk about this, when it comes to magic, when it comes to consciousness, it's all real. It's all real. You're magic. I think you know that. Yeah. And it all just has to do with how you wield it. That's it. And that's why we go and seek advisors. And that's why we do other things, because we're wielding one type of magic and the advisor is wielding another type of magic. And that's how we get the mirror. So you're serving every single day at the grocery store, at the school, with your lover, with your, arch enemy, with me. You're serving with me right now. Thank you. Thank you. You're making me better right now. Thank you. Thank you. So when it comes to these blind spots in our life, what we're going to do is we're going to workshop this out a bit for each other. We're going to workshop this out for ourselves. Okay. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to give you a set of 3 questions. And I think we have enough to do 3 or 4 groups, really, and just kind of cluster off into just move your chair around and find a group of like maybe 4 or 5 people. And then I'm going to give you a group of questions once everybody's gathered in their group. Okay, so go ahead and just switch your chairs around. Let's just take 2 minutes to just kind of get into a little pod. Like I said, it's very workshop style. I can't sit there and talk at you.
Oh, we're moving chairs.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Great. You got that here. 3. Yeah. Good. Okay. And does everybody still have their pens and paper? Good. Okay. Your question? All right. So what I'd like you to do is write down the first question. How bad do I want this thing? Do you need these papers?
Yeah.
Yep. Then you can take the paper with you. Do you have a pen in your purse?
Yes.
Your problem. How bad do I want this thing? I'm going to give you some context so that you can start chatting it out with each other after you talk about this. The thing that is in your hand, the thing that's in your question. Okay? I want the people around you to hold you accountable for how bad you want what you say you want. Because what happens if what we say we want is part of that shoe clutter? Because we don't actually know that we can have more. Right? So what if that's just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of what we can actually potentially have? And you have an opportunity right now to cross it out and say, well, maybe or maybe not. Maybe I want more than that. And to share that in consciousness, the first question that you're going to ask one another is, and ask yourself, how bad do I want it? How many of you like scales, like 1 to 100, 1 to 10? You guys can do that too. 1 to 10. Give yourself a 1 to 10. How bad you want this thing, and then you're going to share it. The second question that I want you to ask yourself and ask each other, what am I willing to exchange, to have this thing. Because it's never a loss. You're not going to lose anything. But you also have to be willing to give. Give and receive and give. What are you willing to exchange for this thing? Third question. How will this serve me, the consciousness, and everyone I care about? I know, right? CONSCIOU, conscious, SNES. CONSCIOUS, NES. Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to throw another question, a bonus question, like I always do, but I'm going to do that after you answer those for yourself, and then you answer them with your group. I just want you to share with each other. So take 3 minutes, 5 minutes. What time do we have on the clock? 1:20. Oh, we got time. Cool. So take 3 to 5 minutes to answer these questions, and you might only need 3 minutes for yourself. And then I want you to take 5 minutes to discuss as a group. Okay, and I'm going to be walking around, and I'm going to be observing and listening and weaving through your magic together. So take 3 minutes to answer for yourself.
That's what I thought I was.
All right. Has everybody answered for themselves? Do you need another minute?
Okay.
I know your name now. Okay, so if you're done writing for yourself, raise your hand just so I can see if who needs more time. Okay, great. So we still have a few people. We'll just give it another minute. I want you to get it all out because there's some good questions. Good. All right. Are we feeling a bit ready to share and kind of join in as a group a little bit within your groups? Share what you got? Okay, good. So somebody speak the one question out loud. I don't mind. Anybody. Speak it out loud so everybody can get on the same vibration. You want to read for us? That's the first question.
How bad do I want this thing?
How bad do I want this thing? That's the question at hand. I'd like to share amongst your group. How bad do you want this thing? Let's do it. Let's do it. And then I want you to really share from your heart what you want, why you want it, how bad you want it. Is this the one that we said on a scale of 1 to 10? Yeah. Great.
Say what the thing is or not.
You can say the thing, yeah.
How bad do you want it?
9 out of 10?
Oh,
Yeah. I really want it. Like a little.
Mine is 10 out of 10.
Man, I'm and so like there's for sure fear. So I put 8 out of 10, but I don't know if I did that because there's fear of like what I did. Clear mind. Yeah. Choosing.
A little bit.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, that little bit of fear. Okay, right back. So 10 out of 10.
And I was 9 out of 10 for the one.
I was in the next one. I had one. And, it was like you were-
I think Paige, that my mom liked from what I know that some of it.
Well, probably.
I'm going to go running on.
Yeah.
You went for about a 9. What's in there? That's what I want. Yeah.
Don't necessarily want to. Yeah, you're gonna be.
Yeah, okay.
You have it. There's so much trauma that I have.
You're
One of those, yeah.
eat a shit ton of sugar. And then I'm like,
Honestly, I never did it's not. No. So it is really something.
Not enough space for to have it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. She's the one who created it.
If you're ready to move on to the second question.
You're ready to move on to the second question. You can go ahead. What are you willing to exchange?
You don't have to give it up. What are you willing to exchange?
Oh, look at me like that.
What are you?
What? What am I willing to? I guess I'm not agree because I just wonder if I get the freedom back. But I love it if you're willing to exchange. Like, I would think from like that, but not saying. We go to business together, it takes up a lot of time. Focus. Not losing one thing, but like
Taking away one thing.
pour into, I can't pour from an extra cup, right?
There's a lot.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea what you're talking about. 2 cups.
I think that's what I'm. Time for myself. Because I feel like it's a lot for all the kids.
Yeah.
So they're not feeling guilty. Feeling guilty like I'm not.
That's like also to what I'm trying to, I can't really convey, but I don't hear speaking.
What are you willing to exchange? Just give the family. Like I got to what else we do. Where I'm more.
And focus on yourself.
Yeah. And
Not take control.
because now I have
Yeah. I'm juggling, but I don't have enough. I have to juggle with not enough. Yeah, not enough. Like, for example, the other night, I'm not figuring out dinner today. I don't get home last week. It's pretty dry now. And have it already done.
They said,
While I'm at work, I have to tell people tell
oh, yeah.
Like, I have no space for my home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, that's like my struggle, just balance. I don't know what that's
you just said
I know. I said that. I said have a portion of
Yeah, you have to check.
Did everyone make it through the second question? Did everybody share? Great. Would you like to move into the third question? Who remembers what that third question is? Who wants to speak it out loud?
How will this serve me, the consciousness, and everyone I care about?
Yes. How will this serve me, the consciousness, and everybody I care about? Question number 3. Go ahead.
Well, you feel better, you know,
Figure it out. And how will that serve you? Yeah. Yeah.
One more question. Love.
My brother says everybody is just like even me. And also, like, no, I'm not your brother, I'm your partner. Oh, yeah.
How about you, Sarah? How will it serve you?
It's so weird.
Just like everybody around you.
Picking up,
At your purpose of service.
giving a gift.
Good.
Good.
Write that down.
Everyone has a part. Everyone wants to say it.
Is your flow very much about?
Do it. Do it. The next card's coming. Mhm, good job.
Last week.
Solidified everything. I mean, kind of the same. I think it's more awareness, spaciousness.
Okay, team, if everybody's done their share, I've put some chakra wisdom cards on a chair somewhere in your vicinity. And what I would love for you to do is just each pick a card and don't look at it yet. Okay, stay right there for your group. Okay. Grab them.
Feel it, feel it. Feel the one
Don't look at it. Don't peek.
Couldn't let me in anyhow if I wanted to.
Good.
That's what I said. I got camera too, and now I can't see it.
Does everybody have one of their cards, or are we still passing them around?
I do that all the time.
Okay, everybody's got their card. What I'd like for you to do is pass it to the person to the left. Oh yeah. Mhm. You can trade. Why do you think I had you do that? Yeah, blind spot, exactly. Because what's going to happen? Your consciousness is going to pick something that you're already going to know. Right? But the person next to you has some wisdom, and they're going to pick, and you're going to shift it, and you're going to get a new perspective. Okay? Lay it on you, exactly. What I'd like for you to do with this card, it's a chakra card. It gives you a whole lot of like, I am on the inside of that card. I want you to feel how it resonates with you as you turn it over. And I want you to pick one statement that feels like a tool that you can take with you and write it on your paper. So read them over, turn it over. And the assignment is, what chakra did you pull? That has some insight. Write that down. Read your I am statements and then pick the one that hits home for you.
Oh, good.
All good? Good. That's what we hope. That's the idea. Good. How does it feel reading a card from someone else and reading it for yourself? Yeah, does it resonate? It's your vision. Does it resonate for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick your favorite sentence if you'd like to write it down, but I'm gonna have everybody pick your favorite sentence, and then I'm gonna go around the room and we're gonna read it out loud. Every single person can read the one you pick out loud, and we're gonna answer our question. The 3 questions that we asked ourselves today. Okay? All right. I'm gonna just pick. So make sure you've got your statement ready. For you, my darling.
I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a.
Ooh, yes. How did that fit with you?
Exactly what I'm thinking right off the start.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Good. And how does that go into the 3 questions that we asked earlier? Yeah. Okay, good. Keep that, write it down, and know that you're activating that. That's your sacral, yep. Into your sacral chakra. So do that work, use that, and embody that. Good. What would you say the blind spot was that you needed to fill? If you had an insight. Not sure? Okay. So what did you want? What would you write down?
I write children's books.
Oh, okay, so we're asking her blind spot. She's given us hers. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I write children's books and I build these little dome houses. So I just kind of want to like figure out the direction I'm going with my life.
Oh, good. Okay. And so when you look at that and you say you were thinking about that today, right?
I tend to like help other people instead of focusing on my own.
And what does that bring up in your body when you do that? How does it
Like anxious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anxious. Yeah, you get frustrated? Yeah, because you're not moving on your stuff. And can you read for everybody one more time out loud? What was your statement that you received?
I choose not to be a martyr and a mentor, not.
Yes, good. So exchanging some rescuing tendencies for very good. That's what you're doing.
They're teaching kids and teaching.
Yes, that's exactly right. Very good. Thank you. What was your name?
Megan.
Megan. Thank you, Megan. All right. So, would you like to read? Yes.
Between two of them.
Okay.
I'm kind of.
I'm aware that everything I do and say affects others. Good. Very good. And what were you asking for? What do you want? Oh, there you go. What's the blind spot that we do? It's complicated. Okay. So can you read that one more time out loud? Good. I'm aware that everything I do or say affects others, and she's calling it a better relationship. That's important, right? That's important insight. Because what would happen on the other side of the thing when she has something that somebody has said to her and it's affected her quite deeply, right? And if she can dissolve that vibration through her body, what it looks like is that your crown chakra, is that your crown or your throat? Your crown? Yeah. Yeah. So when she uses this, remember it's coming through her crown. Oh, I don't want to knock that over. The crown chakra. Okay. So when it comes from the crown down, right? Everything she does and says affects others, which also means she can dissolve it through her crown work. So remember the chakra in here. Okay, remember to do the work through the chakra. Okay, switch it on. Do it through the chakra. Okay, thank you. And can you say your name for everybody? Pam. That's my sister's name. Thank you, Pam. Yes, yes, yes. And how does that feel for you? Does that feel apropos? You're not sure? Okay. What is not sure? What's unclear?
Just because one word is too complicated.
What makes it complicated? Just one word. What's the sticky name?
How to go about it.
How to go about it? Leaving? Okay. So the stickiness is how to go about the exit strategy. Okay. So that card, again, and feeling this out, right? Unwinding it, disentangling it, finding the juice in this. Okay. If we need to know how to move and leave, or if something get disentangled and that's coming from the crown down, you're going to get something in the dream state like this. It's going to give you a cue. You might get something, right, from the greater conscious streaming into you. Okay. But remember that whatever you say and do is the key. To be very true to what you say and do. Make sure it's what you want. Okay? Because sometimes we might say something that we don't want. Good. All right. One more. How much time do we have? Time left? Oh, I got time. Okay, good. Okay, did everybody write it down? Yes. You have it. Take a picture of the card if you want to. Make sure you brought it with you. Did you feel like you got some insight into your questions today? Yes. Yes. Okay. Good. I wish I had another hour and a half. Yes. Thank you for coming, sharing your time, sharing your energy with all of us. Thank you for being here.